What are your interests? Does photography interest you? Developing your own pictures? Some people make a very useful hobby out of this interest. Are you interested in music? Do you play some instrument? Do you like records? If you're not interested, you may be missing something. Are you interested in homes and architecture? This interests many people. Does it interest you? Perhaps you're interested in chemistry, or perhaps not, but you might like to be. Can you develop an interest in a new subject? Can Cliff Williams develop an interest in a new subject? That's his problem.
Finished your homework already, Cliff?
Why? Dad, it's botany. I just can't get interested in it. Why do we have to take that stuff anyway?
Well, Cliff, I've always thought that botany was rather important stuff. What about the development of hybrid corn that yields almost twice as much per acre? What about penicillin, some of the other important medicines? They're a part of botany.
Oh, I know I should be interested in it, but, well, I'm just not. And I can't seem to get interested.
I hope you'll get something out of that course, Cliff, but that sort of attitude, I don't know.
Oh, don't worry, Dad. I'll do the homework later. There's a meeting tonight anyway.
Well, it's up to you, Cliff.
Cliff needs to develop interest in botany. Well, what is interest after all? Interest is an attitude of willingness and a desire to focus attention on some subject. Look at the attention Cliff is giving that newspaper. He's really interested in tennis. An attitude of willingness and a desire to focus attention on some subject. But he'll have to develop an interest in botany. How can Cliff develop an interest in botany as strong as his interest in tennis?
Oh, hi, Tyler. Come on in.
Hi, Cliff. You ready to go?
No, hurry. It's early yet. What's that?
Oh, it's part of a nature scrapbook. Going to show it to some of the fellows tonight. It's my project for the club. Say, Cliff, you know something about trees, don't you? What if you'd look this over with me?
Well, let's see it. Come on, sit down.
There are pictures of different leaves I've seen. Look, is that one a hickory? I think it is, but...
No, I don't think so. It's hard to tell with just one leaf.
Well, last month on a hike, you knew a tree no one else could name.
Well, that's different. And I could see the whole tree. Let's see. How much do I know about hickory leaves? This one has such rough edges. That isn't like hickory, is it? Wait a minute. I'm taking a course in botany, and I've got the book right here. I'll just look it up. I'd like to know myself. Here it is. Hickory leaves are a lot smoother than black birch. So that's probably a black birch leaf.
Black birch? I'll have to change the label. Boy, Cliff, you sure know a lot.
Nah. Well, come on, let's go. And let's take the botany book along. Maybe we ought to check some of the others.
And so Cliff's interest in botany has begun. And in the days that follow, Cliff finds that one interest leads to another. It's fun to collect leaves, and it's also fun to hunt for unusual plants and to identify them. It's fun to study trees and plants in detail. Before long, Cliff is studying botany books with a great deal of interest. Yes, interest can be developed, and very simply. But there are other things to know about interests. And on another evening...
Say, Cliff. Oh, Cliff.
Yes, Dad?
Your report card this time shows a great improvement in botany.
That's right. I think botany is great.
But some of your other subjects seem to have suffered. What happened in commercial geography?
Oh, those things don't matter. Botany is the stuff that's really interesting.
I hope you can manage to find time for a few other interests. You'd better become interested in geography. You have to pass that, too, you know.
I don't see how I'm supposed to get interested in that.
A few weeks ago, you said the same thing about botany. What happened? How did you become so interested in botany?
I don't know.
Well, think it over. If you can figure out how you did that, maybe you'll be able to develop other interests.
Yes, Cliff needs to understand how to set about deliberately developing new interests. For a person needs many interests to have a rich, full life. Well, Cliff, how do you develop a new interest? Let's see. How did you get interested in botany? It started the night Tyler asked about hickory leaves. And you said,
How much do I know about hickory leaves?
yes, that's how it started. You asked yourself how much you knew about the subject. Now, how much do you know about geography? Well, you know a little about the products of different countries and climates. Olives, for instance. In what country do they grow? Olives need a long growing season and lots of sun. You know that from botany. But the geography part is that olives are important products in Spain and Italy, where there is good sunshine and a long season. So that's part of how much you know about geography. But there was something else that night. Oh, yes. You wanted to know if hickory leaves had rough edges. And you said,
I'll look it up. I'd like to know myself.
yes, you were beginning to understand. You had to find out what you wanted to know about botany. Well, what do you want to know about geography? For one thing, you want to know more about trees. You know quite a bit about their structure from your botany course, but you'd like to know something more about where they grow. Some countries rely heavily on their lumber industries. How much of those products are exported, and to where? Which country produces the most lumber? When you know what you want to know, the third step is simple. Ask yourself how you can find out. Yes, Cliff has learned how to develop interest. Geography is no longer dull to him, and he'll be able to develop interest in other subjects, too. Now have you learned how to develop interest? Let's think over the three main steps. Suppose you want to develop interest in locomotives. For some reason, it's important that you do. First, ask yourself, how much do I know about locomotives? You may know that some locomotives burn coal to produce steam, which drives the wheels. Probably you can identify many parts of a locomotive. Try it now. That's step one of developing interest. How much do I know about the subject? Now ask yourself, what do I want to know? Perhaps you'd like to know more about the differences between this diesel switch engine, for example, and this huge diesel engine for the main line. How does this locomotive differ from this electric locomotive? Would you like to know? Ask yourself, what do I want to know? And soon you'll think of many things. Then the third step is, how can I find out? Well, you can go to a freight yard and look around and ask questions. You might visit a special exhibit of early locomotives. From this, you may develop an interest in model trains. By the time you've looked up a few books in the library, the chances are you'll be interested. You have developed a new interest. Do you remember the three steps to develop interest? How much do I know? What do I want to know? How can I find out? Remember, too, that developing a wide range of interests will help you find a richer, fuller life.